Hello, once again, we are going to study the Word of God, not to study but to reflect on His Word. As they said previously, that it's difficult to read the Word of God, but it's not if we seek Him, and then we will find Him as God promised. So let us continue reading the Word of God. Previously, we have read about the choices of Lot and how it affected his family, where his wife looked back because she did not feel the urgency of the command of God, even though they were pulled by the angels out of safety, to safety, out of danger. Still, it's our choice. You were pulled back to safety. You're out to safety, but then you chose to look back, and then you became pillar of salt. And then what happened to his two daughters when his two daughters decided to sleep with him, because this would show that they did not also feel the even though they were taught in the house, for sure they were taught in the house good deeds, but when they were exposed to an environment that is not really good for them, then they would think that these acts are acceptable. So they had children with their father, and then they became Moabites and Ammonites, and these two lineage became the enemies of Israelites in the future. So it is because of our bad choices, when we choose when we choose our own choices and not ask God for His guidance. So let us move on to Abraham and let us reflect what happened here. Genesis 20. And Abraham journeyed from there to the south and dwelt between Kadesh and Shur and stayed in Gerar. Now Abraham said of Sarah, his wife, "She is my sister." And Abimelech, king of Gerar, sent and took Sarah. Maybe she's really pretty, because even the king of even Abimelech, of course we know that he had this princess in his palace, which are more pretty, which is really beautiful. But then Sarah was, when she came, and then they saw Sarah, he was astonished, and then he took Sarah. But God came to Abimelech in a dream by night and said to him, "Indeed, you are a dead man because of the woman whom you have taken, for she is a man's wife." But Abimelech had not come near her, and he said, "Lord, will you slay a righteous nation also? Did he not say to me, 'She is my sister'? And she herself said, 'He is my brother. In the integrity of my heart and innocence of my hands, I have done this.' And God said to him in a dream, 'Yes, I know that you did this in the integrity of your heart, for I withheld you from sinning against me. Therefore, I did not let you touch her.'" What is a good reflection here? This king is an idolatrous king too. So they do not believe in the God of Abraham. So by doing this, God is introducing Himself to Abimelech too, not only to Abraham. Remember when God promised that God will bless Abraham so that they will know that there is one God, and that through him other nations will be blessed. So in this situation, God introduced Himself not only to, He did not just try to be inclusive of Abraham only, but He included also the nation surrounding him. So God has been speaking to His people. So let us not just say that God has partiality, because He gives us all the chances to know Him. It's just us if we would want to accept the invitation, or if we would want to know Him too. So let us continue. So in here, God says, "You are a dead man," because I don't want. What's good in this is that God even said, "I don't want you to sin. That's why I came to you and warn you about this, so that you will not have this idolatry in front of me." Now therefore restore the man's wife. Verse 7. For he is a prophet, and he will pray for you, and you shall live. But if you do not restore her, know that you shall surely die, you and all who are yours. Oh. So Abimelech rose early in the morning, called all his servants, and told these things in their hearing, and the men were very much afraid. So let us stop here, because we will continue next time. This is a very nice story. Just reflect on how God has been also communicating with other people, not only to Abraham, but with other people too. Hopefully, Abimelech chose to serve the God of Abraham, our living God, and the only God. So the takeaway for today is God does not only talk to Abraham, but God also wanted to be the God of everyone. I mean, our God, the God of our neighbors, the God of our fellow men, the God of the whole world, because that is the truth, and that is reality. And let us continue to be a good example. I mean, let us continue to serve the Lord, because through us, other people will be blessed too. So that's it for today. Hope to see you again next time.